All right, we are going to go ahead and get started in here with participant management. Everybody, I am Cam. I am sales representative for the Southeast, and this is Jordan.
I represent the Midwest.
Well, awesome.
The best.
There's a lot of Midwest support there.
That's right.
So today's agenda, we're going to cover a few things. How to save time with self-serve options for your participants, how to give them that little bit of control, takes a little bit off of your plate, bulk participant management, deferrals, vouchers, and then end with participant communications. So one of the big goals when you are talking about participant management is making sure that you have clear expectations from yourself to your participants and vice versa. They want to know exactly what to expect from you guys as the race directors and timers. You want to make sure they are giving you the proper information and are doing the proper things at the right time for whatever your event might be. When you can, you want to give them those self-serve options. So you want to give them the ability to change things like their t-shirt size or their contact information or their shipping address up until a certain point. We do have bulk actions that you can take for large changes. If you need to make bulk refunds, bulk deferrals, bulk transfers, you can do those, and we'll go over those in a little bit. And then just, again, making sure that any promises you've made to them over the past couple of years, as far as deferrals, transfers, things like that, refunds, that we're keeping up with those promises and taking them into 2022 in the future. So as far as handling refunds, first thing that a lot of people mess up on is that the refund reserve has to be funded. There has to be funds in the refund reserve for the system to issue that refund to them. Now, once there is, you'll have a full paper trail of where that refund went to, who you sent it out to, that they've received it, et cetera. If you need to do bulk refunds or if you need to do manual refunds, one by one, you can do that all in the participant management section. You can see, just go right into refunds and refund policy. We do not have a refund fee. So when you're sending out that refund, we're not charging you for that to go through. And you can't refund anything over 1 year. So once it gets past that 12-month window, we can't do the refund inside of the system anymore. The setting up of the refund policy, big things there is making sure that you have that refund policy. That's a big key for helping us to communicate with those participants, but then also making sure that it's either display only if you just want them to see it, if they're going to be clicking through it, if they need to sign it and agree to it. What are the options that you want to have for that refund policy?
Does anybody here have a sellout race? No, Michelle left. So some cool things. Are you guys using the wait list and offering refunds? Yes. Okay, so Michelle left, but one of the things that we did for their race is their race sells out in like 19 minutes. Big race. Oh, hey, you are here. Great. Probably on your phone. I know. But it was before her time at the race. But one of the things they did is they had over 1,200 people on their wait list. The race sells out in 19 minutes. And so one of the things that we did was say, hey, why don't you try something that says, let's offer a refund less $20. And because those spots are going to get filled on that wait list. And then they use the self-management features here. So they had to do basically zero work. They offered refunds up. They were able to keep 800 runners times $20 of additional income to the event and then still fill all that cap back up based off the wait list. So if you have a capped event or something like that, this is definitely a cool tool you guys should use. It's an easy way to make some extra money. And again, it gives you the ability to refund some people, which whatever bind they're in, it helps them. And it allows other people to come in and do the event. So
cool. So what are some of the things that they can manage? We've talked about a few of them: giveaways, add-ons, transfers, shipping information, custom questions that you've asked them. They can go right into that and make those changes. If you do not set them to have control over that, most of those settings are standard to be turned off. So you actually have to go in as the director of the event and turn the ability for them to make those changes on. You always have full control, but you can say, all right, you can manage your t-shirt sizes up until 2 weeks ahead so I can make that t-shirt order. But you as the race director can always go in a week ahead, 3 days before, and make those changes if you feel like it's something you want to do.
yeah, this is another good tool as well and I apologize if we're going to get to this slide, but adjusting your times. Some races that do corrals are asking runners, what's your predicted time? Well, if you sign up for a half marathon or a marathon 6 months, 8 months in advance, your predicted time might go up or down based on your training, right? Or injuries and stuff. So it's nice to be able to allow the participants to go in there, make those edits, and then be in the proper corral as well. Again, not having to reach out to you or your staff and bog you down with that stuff.
Yeah. So just talking about participant info, basic information here. You may want them not to be able to change their first name or last name because you're doing customized bibs, but you're okay if they change things like their phone number, other contact information, emails, things like that. You just select which ones you want them to have access to, and then it goes into the system from there. Event transfers, so allowing them to go between different events in the same race or the same overall event. Or if you need to charge them more because they're going from maybe a 5K to a 10K, they're going to a more expensive event, you can charge them that difference. If they're going down, maybe you still want to charge them a flat rate fee of $5 for the hassle of transferring to a different event. It's up to you. You don't have to use those, but the options are in there if you want to give them that option.
So we hit it on this a little bit yesterday, I think in my speed round. So you got about 3 seconds of it. But this tool is actually really powerful. You can see there's like a blanket box at the top. That's just like there's a transfer fee, but you can actually go down to event settings and you can do each individual event that says, because some people might register for the early bird price of the 5K and then want to transfer to the marathon at the late price. And that might be $100 difference or something. So you can go in here and actually say that if you're going from this event to that event, the price is just this. And you can, if you're dropping from the half down here, maybe you get a refund, maybe you don't, but this allows you to customize the price jumps for transfers on all of your events and all the different combinations that you have.
Cool. So race transfers, kind of the exact same thing, but that'd be between, multiple days. Maybe you've got another race coming up next month and you want to give them the ability to go from the turkey trot to the jingle jam. You can obviously do that right there and have the different cutoffs for that as well. A lot of the options are the exact same on that one.
Yeah, same thing. But that's great too if you guys host multiple events and somebody's out of town, injured, deployed. Yes. They will go through, so it's actually pretty cool. They essentially start down a re-registration path, us knowing that it's, Jim Smith, who's already paid $50 for the race, but they go down and re-register for everything because you might have different custom questions. You might have different corral time questions. You might offer different add-ons. So they'll be re-asked certain questions along that way. And then they'll go. They can't do it. You would have to invoice them either through RunSignup or have them send you a check. If it's all in through RunSignup, then it's just gonna do the regular checkout for the difference at the end. You got it. Mm-hmm.
So I also keep the fact spreadsheet sheets of all the people that I and then first time guys will know so if you do one week I go back and look at that list and check to see who has paid if it's close to the race, then I will unregister that.
Yeah.
That's clear. Help me figure that process out because a lot of times it's like you said, in the back end, you have to be able to check it out. But he did say, he said the deadline, sometimes might go past that deadline because the race is a couple of months. You can always read that instead of resend it. And he knows it's expired, that's kind of wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
We use that a lot. Okay, you can't, but some, like, we talk about some people like. It takes me longer to have to do it than it is to do it. So, figure out, it's on our website on the FAQ, they just like, do that. Yes, no, first thing, what they next, what. I'm gonna teach you how to do it, but with the wrong side. But a lot of times, customer service wise, I can do it with 30%.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Is there any idea of making it like an automatic pop-up? Like, if we do it on the back end, and I do it a lot too, we have to physically remember to go and create that invoice then. What are the thoughts of having it just automatically pop up? Like, you want to create an invoice? You don't know, yes, you do. Go ahead.
Well, that's a thought.
Yeah. Something to consider.
It depends, right? I mean, that could be great if you're doing one at a time, but at the same time, what if you had to do this because you canceled the race or some massive thing, you're doing it 100 times, that pop-up's gonna be there over and over. There's a pro and a con to every idea.
Yeah.
But we will
Awesome.
entertain it.
Awesome. So this part,
What
oh,
question?
sorry.
Mhm.
Mhm. Right.
Yeah, reserved entry is another easy way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still stuck in there.
Oh, yeah, they're ready.
Do what?
So an applicant can actually register for two events on the same day. What?
Yeah.
Do 5 days, 10 days, 5 days, for the two, 10 days.
Yeah, absolutely.
Drive.
Oh, they're notified. If they register for the same event that says, there's a pop-up that says, you're already registered for the event. You want to continue? And they go, heck yes, I do. And they double register. There's absolutely a pop-up. Got pop that one.
Right.
Yeah, if it's a different event, no, because again, some events do allow you to just. Absolutely,
right.
absolutely.
Exactly.
So,
Cool. So this next part is just talking about bib transfers. So if I've already got a bib and I can't make it to the event, I can take that bib, transfer it over to a friend. Maybe there's a payment involved, maybe there's not. You can charge for that. You can put a fee in there that you customize. You can make it free for them to do. It can be something like a gift for someone. Up to you how you want to manage that, but they can do that all on their own from their profile there. Giveaway management, add-on management, kind of the same thing, just allowing them to change those t-shirt sizes. Just make sure you're giving yourself on the cutoff enough time to make your order and make sure it gets in on time for the rest of the athletes. And then question management. If you want to change the answers to their questions, give them that opportunity to do so.
that's actually a big one. A big area for this is packet pickup. Do you want your packet shipped to you? Are you going to pick it up at this running store, that running store, that running store? So this is a nice thing where they can go in. I see this one probably get changed the most is packet pickup location.
Yeah.
So
Cool. Mhm.
If you have multiple races, this is only changing that one particular event.
Correct.
It's not changing your name, your birthday, or anything else. The other 10 events that you have.
Correct.
right. Essentially, when a person registers for your event, their data is almost like timestamped there. So if, Jill Smith goes and gets married and changes her last name, for your race, she's still Jill Smith. And then on her profile at RunSignup, maybe different. Yes. And they can just click the button.
The one event. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So group and team management, pretty self-explanatory. If they've created or joined a team, allowing them the opportunity to join a different one, create a new one, change the team name, whatever it may be.
Good for triathlons, right? Biker, swimmer, swaps out, whatever, easy stuff to self-manage.
Yeah. And then corral management, which Jordan was talking about earlier, just allowing them to transfer into a different corral if they've gotten faster, different one if they've gotten slower. If they wind up getting a friend that registers with them and they just want to run back there with them instead, giving them those options ahead of time.
The biggest use I see for like group and team management as well is a marathon relay. It's either team triathlon or a marathon relay, which is typically 5 people. That's one where they sign up, and again, 8 months later, the event happens and Jimmy hurt his Achilles, so they can just pull Jimmy off, put Johnny on, and you guys don't have to touch this stuff. They can all just self-manage those teams.
Yeah. The biggest thing with all of these are making it easier for you and less things that you have to micromanage, allowing the participants to do a lot of that work for you.
So in a lot of these things that we're talking about here, we've actually created how-to guides that are written for the runner's side of things. So as a runner, how do I do this? So if these are features you are offering for your event, I implore you to use our custom section on the race page, make an FAQ, and then in that drop down of the FAQ, you can say, manage my fundraising team, manage my group team, whatever, all these different things. They can click that button. It takes them right to the RunSignup how-to guide. It walks them through how to do everything. And it's, again, one less email you guys have to deal with.
Cool. So on bulk refunds, bulk deletions, bulk race event transfers, any of these things, you just go right into participant management and you've got all those options there. Anyone here not taking advantage of any of the bulk actions? Couple
Everybody
people?
has bulked.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
These guys
So,
did bulk.
so we can run through it quickly. So basically, you're just going to grab the registration ID and throw that into the bulk deferrals or bulk any other action you're trying to take. You can grab the registration ID by just running a custom report and then making sure you click on registration ID as one of the fields for that report. And you just copy and paste all of those into there, and it's going to add all those participants to that.
Again, easy thing for this is our course got flooded out. So we've got to take 200 participants and we're going to move them into next weekend's event. And you can do this in a couple clicks and they're all just moved over.
Yeah.
So
deferrals. So to view the deferral report, you just jump into reports, not registered, and then go into deferred registrations. Now within there, you'll be able to see all sorts of things: registration ID, what they paid for the event itself, any other fees that they had, giveaway size, and if they have or have not claimed that deferral. So that's a really great tool for you to use both ahead of time when you're getting everything set up for a deferral, and then once you've sent that information out, maybe a week or so after, to make sure that people are taking actions along with it. So a few examples, we're going to go on to each one in depth here. So import or transfer deferred registrations, pros and cons, again, with everything on different choices you might make. This is very easy for the participants because you as the race director, you as the event manager are going to be doing the work. With that, just know that they do have to take an action once you make that import or that transfer for them. They're going to have to go in and claim that transfer. And as you can see, they're less than 60% actually do the work to claim that transfer.
does anybody know how to actually claim anything in the account? No? Great. I got a head bob. Awesome. So if you've ever run races or been imported into races on RunSignup, odds are there's an account out there for you to claim. If you go to your profile on RunSignup, you can literally scroll down and it'll say, are you missing something? And you can just claim. It's a slide on here already.
Yep. So,
Oh, getting ahead of myself.
no, you're fine. No, you're good.
But yeah, and I will, when people are like, oh, I can't find my registration or my club membership's not matching up with the registration, it's because they have multiple accounts. The club imported them at whatever social they were doing, and then they've got an online registration account, and they literally just hit the claim button and all their dreams come true.
Yeah. So the next one would be like a coupon code method. So just issuing a quick coupon code for the value of whatever deferral you're giving them. You send that over to them, and now they can use that on that upcoming event. Coupon codes, you can put coupon codes on different events. So you could have the same ABC 123 coupon code for this event and then have it for another event that's in the future. So you can give them that flexibility if you want. We're also going to talk about vouchers here in a little bit, but to kind of speed up some of the time with that. The difference between a coupon code and a voucher. So if I get a $50 coupon code and I go use $30 of that, that coupon code's done. The other $20 just poof, it's into a fairyland. If I use a voucher though, and someone gives me a $50 voucher and I use $30 of that, I still have $20 that I can use on a future event. So same rules apply as far as coupon codes and vouchers. You can apply them on as many different events that you have open as you like. And you can use coupon pools or voucher pools to keep transferring them to other events as well.
So vouchers are actually a really cool marketing idea as well. If your race and maybe your local running store or something are trying to do some sort of collab or anything at all like that, definitely look at using vouchers, or they're great for, you know, prizes at your events. Offer a voucher to other events that maybe you put on throughout the year. So you can really get creative with this stuff and not have to use like a third-party company for these type of things.
That purpose registration stays there on their run sign up profile, right? Like, how do you make the deferred, how do you make it look on their end that they use their deferral? They don't have a deferral.
We'll see that they registered for the race.
Right.
But that's how you prove it.
Yeah.
But that deferred registration stays there. If I do it manually, sometimes what I'll do is I'll reinitiate the registration and then I'll get another race.
Right.
And we've seen that.
Yep.
We've seen some folks do that.
That way I know that it's on.
Mhm.
Right.
They can't say that.
For both. Yeah.
There's no other way, right?
Not that I know of.
No.
If they give you a lip, you let me know.
As it says, oh, go ahead.
Or multiple races.
Definitely.
Yeah, so you could set up for any race day event, and you know, $200 voucher for Christmas or something like that. And yeah, I mean, it's like a cool giveaway as well for some of your races because you guys put on so many things.
Yeah.
So then when they
Go talk to Kevin.
Well, if you're only,
that'd be better. Well,
yes, the system's going to keep track of that voucher and how much has been used. And then each race is going to show what portion of it was used. So $50 on this one,
We could
$30
probably
on
pull
this
up
one.
an actual back-end example in the demo room if you wanted to see. I know you want to see, so.
I don't have it on the slide, but yeah,
Yeah, just jump in the demo room after this and we'll actually dig in and find a report that's actually got it done.
perfect.
Fine. I don't understand how that works. Say you have a $100 voucher.
Right.
and then you raise, they pay $65, they have 30 tablets.
Mm-hmm.
That it's 35 for another one.
If you put on that other race, so on, let's say on the second race over here, you've said, okay, the voucher code is ABC 123. And I've spent 65 of it over here, and I still have 35 on that ABC 123. And you say that ABC 123 can also be used on this race.
So
You set it up,
You
which
set
ones?
it up and check
So if
in.
you have a
these events.
event that you don't want them to use vouchers on because it sells out quickly, or you just don't want them to be a part of that event for whatever reason, you don't have to add that voucher pool or that coupon pool to that race.
That's a great question.
That's a great
I have
question.
no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know if that has been married yet on the back end.
I don't know that ticket events have vouchers.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah, that'd be a good question for Steve if he's still here. He would probably, or actually Elizabeth is out there. She'll know probably.
Cool. And then reserved entries, we talked about a little bit here with some different examples. Reserved entries, you can do it a few ways. You can just upload a CSV list with all the people in there. Once you're in there, you can set the different ranges and date ranges and special pricing that's going to apply for that person. Those registrants are going to receive an email with a unique link to register. So this is a nice kind of mixed bag. They're going to be doing a little bit of work. You're going to be doing a little bit of work. Those emails, though, are sent out immediately. So if you do any sort of bulk reserved entry list, it's really hard to reel that back. There's a lot that just went out. So we do suggest testing those first, making sure the emails look the way they should, making sure everything's set the way you want it to be. And then if you have multiple events, you'll want to upload those deferral lists in batches by each event, not doing one full race-wide event there. So with the reserved entry list, what you'll do is you'll create that loyalty list like you were talking about, put them on that list so that you know who's going to be on there. And then with a multiple use reserved entry, basically you take that list and you're issuing out a reserved entry for everyone on that list. So when they go and they click that link, if they are not on that list, they don't get that reserved entry. So it's a nice way to kind of do it as a bulk one-time shot there. But again, do test that out to make sure you're not going to run into any issues there. So notes about the reserved entries, the automated email for a multiple use one versus the individual reserved entry, there's not an automated email that goes out. So you will have to send that link. Just remember to send that link. That's the big thing that people forget. And they're wondering why their people are not getting the reserved entry list for them. And then the last one's defer via race transfer, which just means they're going to go from your farm to fork ride over to a different one, or go from your sprint over to next month's triathlon there instead. So you can use the amount that they paid. So if I paid $50 over here, that $50 is just going to apply as a credit. You can say that new event's always going to be free. So I could have paid $100 over here. Doesn't matter what I paid. This next event that they go into is just going to be a free event for them. Or you can set it kind of based on what you feel like it should. So maybe I paid $50, but you're going to give me a $30 credit to come over here, and maybe I still owe $20 into that next one. So just a few options you have when you're setting up these controls for them. And again, you can set the cutoff dates. You can set what that processing fee is going to be if there's going to be any sort of additional fees for them. We talked about this a little bit, but just kind of going through it here. On their profile, they'll be able to click on deferrals and then complete deferral. They can claim it right there, and you'll be able, again, to see in your reports who has and who has not claimed that deferral. The other one is it's kind of set it and forget it. So once you give them that option to control their own deferrals and put it into whatever races you're going to have available to them, then it's up to them. If they don't take advantage of it, kind of you water off your back sort of thing. You can reach out if you have a list of people that have not taken action once, twice, whatever you feel is necessary. But you've done the work, the system's ready to go. As soon as they take action, there's an action there for them to do. And the other thing is registration must be open for the next year. So if it's a closed registration event, they're not going to be able to defer into that event. Vouchers, we kind of just talked to about that. So we'll go ahead and skip over that. And the frequently asked questions pages. So who here on all of their events puts a frequently asked questions page up? The majority of you. So big things with the frequently asked question page. It says up there, have one, duh. But with that, make sure any questions that you've ran into in the past, you're getting those up there so you don't have to continuously answer it. The other thing is, as new questions come in that you haven't thought about, just like we do up here, we're going to take notes, go back to our account managers, Say, hey, they're asking questions about XYZ. Can we do this or not? And if not, what's the plan? Same thing. As you guys get questions, throw those up there onto the frequently asked questions page. The other thing is use us, like you were saying. We do have a full help guide that you can jump onto. There's a lot of events that will use these links to our help forum as the frequently asked questions guide. So how do I defer my registration? They'll go right onto our support channels here, bring up that support page and link directly to it in their frequently asked questions page. So use what you have. We've got blogs, we've got the support guide here. There's a help button on every single page. So when you go into set up deferrals or set up event transfers, there's going to be a help button up there that's going to link you over to that support guide and get you there so you can copy and paste that URL for your page. So just more about the knowledge base there.
We have to get that knowledge base.
So here's just an example of what I was just talking about. So you've got the Sugar Bowl. They're putting the frequently asked questions page under the participant info. You could also do things if you're comfortable with the cover page features, doing a call to action button where it's just have any frequently asked questions. They click on that, takes them right over to it, including it in emails. All of your email communications, having a little frequently asked questions button, anything that you can do to draw attention to that page is going to help them self-diagnose whatever issues that participant's having. And you can see the questions right here on the left-hand side, manage registration options, resend confirmation emails. That first link takes them right over to our guide. So we've already written the book, no need to reinvent it. Other creative things I've seen are people doing videos, kind of explaining things if it's more of an in-depth issue or in-depth problem that you're having with your participants, or you're having it often and repeatedly. That might be a good idea, is just to add a quick video for it.
Yeah, if you've ever done like a custom content section on your race page, just let us know and grab us in the demo room or something. It's literally like a 60-second setup to do this stuff. So
yeah, you just go right into the custom sections under the race website feature and set those up.
and it renews with your race. So
Good. Right.
30-second video. Is it after when it's uploaded? Is it uploaded from a YouTube link? Or is
Yep.
it
you
directly-
toss it up to YouTube, and then on the custom section you create, there's actually a YouTube drop down with the video ID, and then it'll embed right there.
So, I do like a frequently asked questions
Hmm?
tab.
Yep, absolutely.
You got it. Yep. And you'd put it in there just like you would on the cover page, adding a video there. Yep. So yeah, this is just some different ideas using a color scheme for your frequently asked questions where the question is highlighted in a different color. Maybe it's bolded. Just kind of general marketing tools here. If you have questions about that, reach out to us. We can be happy to help you set that up. So any other questions of things that we didn't cover?
Use these tools. They
Yeah.
just save you time.
Go ahead.
If you want to do a corral system after people have registered. Yeah, so you would want to have the option to allow runners to edit those questions, and then it would be best to send an email out that says, hey, we want to get this information. And then you can put a link in there to either their profile or something that shows them how to get there very quickly.
Yeah. Good.
You would, if you got to that point, you would probably not use our giveaway section, and instead you would use an add-on section. Put the shirt in the add-on section, put all your options in there, and then force them to select 2 options.
Or even custom questions. If it was simple enough, just add a custom question to ask them which sizes they need. Good. So what
It's
the system,
API link.
yeah, so it links into USPS's system and says, okay, this is a deliverable address in our records here, so we're going to prove it. If they put something in there and it's wrong, we're going to suggest the more correct option from USPS. So I used to live in an apartment B, and USPS on one page, on one check from a different, not RunSignup, might say it's actually apartment West, and another one might say it's apartment 1 or apartment 2. So different checks are going to say different things, but typically I could never get away with just putting in my address alone. It always asks me for that apartment because it knows that that's an apartment building. Right. Right. The other thing, though, is without the apartment number, most postmasters are pretty diligent about, okay, if this is John Smith and I've got 6 other pieces of mail going to John Smith, and this says John Smith just doesn't have his apartment number, they know that's still going to the same person. So
Manhattan.
Manhattan. Okay. All right. Manhattan. I don't know.
Say the country.
In the country, they're real nice. They're real friendly.
Forget about it. I mean, it's there. The field's always there. Let's address line 2.
Yeah. So it can never be required field because other people don't have apartment numbers.
That's what address line 2 is, right? So 123 Main Street, and address line 2 is always suite or apartment.
Yeah.
It's Manhattan, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, they don't know John Smith's in building, we're unit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? But for like me, correct, it can't, right? So, but like for me, I'm Grove, and it always wants me to say GRV instead of spelling out the word Grove.
Yeah. But I will say when I was at apartment B, that the USPS check for me would always turn it from apartment B to unit B. And so it did have a preferred way of listing that apartment. But if I was to put the information in there without the apartment number, I don't know. I don't know that it would or would not. So yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. There's only so much you can take control over.
Are we over already?
We're right at it.
Way over.
There's still 2. 2. Awesome. Oh, question. Okay. Okay. With add-ons?
Yeah, so what you'd have to do is make it an add-on.
Yeah.
But instead of making it 10 different add-ons, it's one add-on, which has to be called swag bag or whatever, right? And then the option has to be the 10 options, and you can say minimum options 4, maximum options 4, and then they'll have to choose 4 and then only 4, or 1 through 4, 0 through 4, whatever you want it to be. But they work the same. They're just
Yeah.
choosing, they just have to choose 4.
It's a min
quantities.
max.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, awesome. Well, appreciate it. You guys are going to get out of here a couple minutes early, but if there's anything you guys want to talk to us individually, come on up, and otherwise take some time to go check out the demo room. Thanks, guys.
Yay. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Well, you guys
The
were amazing.
smattering- the
Oh, you
smattering
guys
of
were
applause.
amazing. Great job. Great job.